Okay.
What's up, guys? Welcome.
Welcome to the semi-final between RVX and Instinct Esports.
Most awaited game of the strongest two teams from Bangladesh.
Yes. এবং আমরা দেখতে পাচ্ছি প্রথম দুইটা ব্যানই টপ লেন ফোকাসড, কেনেন এবং গ্যালিও।
Yes, pretty much. টপ লেন ফোকাস ব্যান দেওয়া হলো ক্যানন ইনস্টিংক্টের পক্ষ থেকে।
নেক্সট ব্যান
নেক্সট ব্যান
রিভেন।
হলো রিভেন, সিকার টার্গেটেড ব্যান
সিকারকে
এটা।
সিকারকে টার্গেট করা হচ্ছে আমরা দেখতে পাচ্ছি।
নেক্সট ব্যান কি হতে পারে? আইরেলিয়া, সিকার আসলে এগুলো খেলায়।
ফিবরা, আইরেলিয়া অথবা এলিস। আচ্ছা,
আমার মনে হয় আমরা ইংরেজিতে করতে পারি বিকজ দ্য টুর্নামেন্ট ইজ লাইক ইন্ডিয়ান টুর্নামেন্ট,
ও
রাইট?
রাইট রাইট রাইট, সরি।
So we can.
ইয়া, ওকে।
The tournament is from India, so we are going to do that in English. I think that will be the better option anyway. So
Alright.
another ban for Forest, RVX Forest, Elise ban. So we can see that Gragas has been picked by Instinct Esports.
Yeah, that's a great pick for jungle. I think Natsu is gonna have a really good game.
Yeah, but he could also pick Graves. Graves was open, and Natsu is like really comfortable with Graves. So what do you
Yeah,
think?
but
Gragas
think-
is stronger or something?
He isn't exactly stronger, but I think they prefer a stronger frontline as their jungle, so that he can both initiate and disengage if they need it. So that's why the Gragas pick made more sense, if you ask me.
Yeah, the engage is pretty strong, and you can also be really, really tanky and up front.
Yeah.
So there's no need to pick AD carry. They could just pick a mid laner right here, or they can also
I think they'll
pick
save
something
their mid
else.
lane pick for later on. They might
Yeah,
actually
that
pick
that might be a good choice. But then again, there's the chance of being banned out. You know. Okay, we can see that now we can see a pick from Forest, and he's going to pick his usual fiddlesticks. He's played this champion a lot, you know.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
He's like really comfortable.
But is he actually going to pick it, or is he just?
I don't
hovering
really
over
know
it?
about how good fiddlesticks can be, like against the Gragas, where you can just ult him away.
And he goes for the Olaf.
Yeah, Olaf is pretty good. Yeah.
And it's gonna be really strong against the amount of CC that Instinct Esports has.
Yes, like
With-
against a Varus, I think Olaf is
Thresh.
pretty strong. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
he
just
can get
negate his ult and just run in and kill him. So we can see a poppy ban for Nephilim.
Yep.
So the amount
think-
of
I think from
playing
now on, our RV is gonna focus the top lane and
and
Instinct
Fiora
Esports
is getting banned. I think Nephilim is going to play a tank top lane because of the bans. Tanks are kinda have problems. They have problems against Fiora and Riven, and he might be playing a tank. Up
That
top.
is possible, yes. And the
Yasuo
Yasuo
ban.
ban. Okay. That's interesting. I guess that's targeted towards.
I think Yasuo
Revenue.
bans are pretty redundant because you can always focus him down and he can be camped really easily. So a ban like Syndra or something strong could be a better choice.
Yeah, would have made more sense than Yasuo, I agree.
An Orianna ban. That was a good ban too, though. Like Orianna can get
Orianna
really
is
strong.
really strong in late game team fights. One ult can change the entire game.
Yes, that's the thing, and the zoning potential that she has in team fights and in laning phase. Her laning phase is like one of the most reliable things in the game. She can do well against almost any lane. So Seeker picks Shen. I think he denies Shen from Nephilim because Nephilim is pretty good with Shen.
Yeah, and it's a really good pick that synergizes well with Olaf. Because Olaf can run in with his ult and Shen can ult him in for the engage.
Yes, that's true though. So what can Nephilim pick? We might see a tank pick right here. Right here you see just what I said, that he's going to pick a tank. And Nautilus is the one of the best tanks in the game right now.
Yeah, he is really strong.
So the mid lane pick is still left for both teams. and RVX
We,
Shinichi is going to get the last pick.
we might see Syndra and
Syndra can be a good choice, yes. And I see my
Victor.
comfort pick. I play this champion to climb, you know, and 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 Forbidden always tells me not to play this, but he himself is playing it
He's
right
playing
now.
it himself.
Yes. Well, Victor can be a big problem late game, but early game he doesn't have any damage, you know, right now. So then again, Victor does a lot of damage in team fights,
Yes, he does.
and well, I don't really know about Victor because he can be weak against Olaf because Olaf can run in, and the gravity field doesn't really work on Olaf, so there's a problem right there.
Yeah. That's a bit scary. With all of the CC they have and Olaf being able to negate all of it might be a bit of a problem for them.
Yes, unless you kill Olaf first, you know, like
Yes,
you catch
which
Olaf and
which
then
I
you kill
think
him.
they
Yeah.
will be looking to do. Being Victor, he sure has the ability to burst him down.
Yeah, he does. And there's the Nautilus and Thresh and the other team members that can also have some impact on the team fight. So we may see Shen winning top lane because Shen has a thing against tanks, and Nautilus may not out damage him. You know, like Shen is pretty strong in the mid lane. I think
He
Cassiopeia.
he will negate most of the damage done by Nautilus, and mid lane will be basically a shove lane. I think Victor is gonna shove the lane in towards Cassiopeia,
So,
and
what do you
Cassiopeia
think
will look to
about
clear it
the
down.
change Forbidden made in the last second? If you have noticed that
Yeah,
he
he
changed
was
the
taking
cleanse.
cleanse. Yeah,
Yes, he
I
changed the
think he
cleanse to
decided
Ghost.
against it, considering the fact that the only CC they have would be, in his lane would be from Cassiopeia's ult, and I believe he thinks he can dodge it himself if he has Ghost. And
Um,
and the Ghost is actually quite strong against Olaf, since the
yes, that's
only
the
thing
thing I
Olaf
was trying
can
to
do
say. Like,
is,
Ghost is pretty strong against Olaf. You just run around and kite him. So
yep.
I think it's a pretty good pick unless you get taunted like late game and you die.
The question is, will their damage be enough? That's what I'm scared about. Because the front line for the red team is really strong with Braum, Olaf, and Shen.
Yes, that's true.
If
And
they have enough
I wouldn't
damage
say
there.
that blue team is weak, but they're quite okay. They do have a front line with the Gragas,
And
Nautilus,
Nautilus,
and
yes.
Thresh, and Olaf doesn't have any CC, but Gragas has like 2 hard CC,
Yep.
and
He, and a
Nautilus
better,
also.
better, better both engage and disengage potential.
Yes, exactly, and they have a lot of CC, even though like even the Varus has a lot of CC, So
Yeah, he does.
overall, CC wise, blue team is kind of ahead. But I don't really know how the bot lane matchup works. I think Caitlyn might be a little bit weak against Varus. What do you think, or what do you know?
She's not exactly weak. Will depend a lot on whether Thresh can land his hooks or not. Because Braum is a really good front line for Caitlyn or any other ADC.
So Braum can block the ult from Varus, right?
Yeah, the hooks. Most of the skill shots that they land on Caitlyn, Braum can block all of them.
That's a good thing. And in late game, Caitlyn can be like real trouble. She does a lot of damage,
Yes, a lot
and
of damage.
it's very hard to deal with him. Like you can see in this game, you can see that there's nobody to get to Caitlyn. You'll have to get through Shen and Olaf first to get to Caitlyn. If you had a Zed or Fizz, you could do that. But in this case, you don't really have that option, right? You
I
have to
think
kill
I
the
think
front line.
I think what the blue team is planning is to fight from the back line, to just kill their tanks first and then go through them one by one. I
Yes.
think that's what
So
they will
so
be
in
aiming
this
to do.
case, the one that does the most damage, the tanks, is going to win the fight, right?
Yep, pretty much. Unless Gragas somehow gets a really good ult on one of their carries, that's what's gonna happen.
Yes, that's a problem. Like if Gragas can insack one of them inside the blue team, and then there's the chain of corruption landing on them, and they can die. In those cases, they might have an advantage.
Yep.
So we can see that
Ooh, this is interesting. Vernice has opted for Thunderlords instead of Courage of the Colossus. That is interesting.
yeah, so he might be playing a bit AP. Who
Yeah,
knows?
that's what he's going for, I guess. Usually we see tank Gragas's go for Courage of the Colossus. That is more common. But I guess he opts for Thunderlord for more damage. And the cleanse from Cassiopeia, you think that makes sense, right? Considering the amount of CC coming from the blue team.
Yeah, well, she's gonna be an easy target for Nephilim. You know, like he's gonna ult him and he's gonna like do stuff to him. And in any case, I don't really think the cleanse is a good idea. Only the Varus ultimate and the Thresh hooks she can get out of. The other CCs I don't think very much, because you know, if the Gragas ults her and shoves her into the blue team, I don't really think Lance is going to help very much.
Yeah, that's not gonna help.
So we can wait for the game to start. And meanwhile, do you think any team is going to invade?
Level 1, not likely. I don't think they're gonna risk it. The stakes are really high, so I think they're both gonna play it safe. That's more likely.
Well, it's high risk, high
The,
reward.
the blue team might look for an invade considering they have Thresh, Nautilus, and Gragas, but it's still gonna be risky, so we'll see. It's unlikely, but they might opt to go for it.
So there's a pause.
So in the top lane matchup, who do you think is gonna come out on top? Shen,
Um,
right?
yeah, naturally, Shen has more damage and tankiness, and he can block Nautilus auto attacks too. So, considering this, and the Nautilus may face some mana problems, which Shen doesn't have, so overall, I think Shen comes out on top if played correctly. Yeah, then that's all so much. And Shen gets really tanky, you know, as the game goes on.
Yeah, he does. And his ults will definitely influence the fights in the other lanes as well.
Range. Okay. And
We do see both the top laners moving towards their own lane, so I don't think they're either gonna go for an invade. The red team wards the brush in the river, and yeah, that's pretty much gonna be a standard start for both the junglers.
so, what time are you at?
I'm at 50 seconds?
Yeah,
51,
yeah,
52.
we're synced. We're synced.
Okay.
So both the teams are waiting and guarding their positions. They're blocking all the ways that can be invaded, and nobody is attempting any invades, as far as we can see. Everyone is blocking the choke points, and the game is going to start after a while. And as you can see, Olaf is going to start Raptors or something like that.
Yeah, Olaf is gonna start Raptors instead of his
Well,
Bloom, which
well,
he's gonna
well.
go.
It's a good path. Like if you are not ganking at level 2, you can start
User in
Raptors.
your channel timed
and
out.
what you can do is you can, you know. Okay, my game sound is turned off for some reason.
Okay.
I'm going to turn that on. And for some reason, if Olaf decides to hit level 4 first, like if you start Raptors, you know, after doing 5 camps, you hit level 4. So
Yeah,
that's a really good strategy
and
that
getting
he's
low
taking.
and getting low in the jungle doesn't really bother Olaf that much since he gains attack speed as he gets lower health.
Yeah, that's true though. That's
So
true, true as
his
well.
clearing isn't that much affected. It actually helps him.
But the problem is, if you're spamming Q, you run out of mana. So
That is a bit of a problem, but it
the
doesn't really bother him that much.
right, so we can see that the red team is shoving the bot lane, and they did hit level 2 first. So the blue team is losing a little bit of leverage. We can
Yes,
see that there's trades going on top lane, and Nephilim comes out on top.
it does. Early game power of Nautilus.
In this case, Shen needs to use his Qs properly, so in that case he will be able to win trades. And Shen needs level 3, so we can give it to him. And just as we said, Olaf is at blue, and he will hit level 4 after he takes Gromp. He's doing a really fast jungle camp compared to Natsu. And as Natsu started red, he's not going to hit level 4 after Gromp, and he's not taking Gromp. He's headed for top lane.
Yeah, he might be looking for a gank.
And there's no word he may gank.
No. He just wards it and backs off.
And there's a fight going on, and Forbidden decides not to fight. He could fight there. Cassiopeia was out of mana.
Yeah, he was out of mana, but I guess he expected Olaf to be behind him. Since Olaf didn't show top, I guess he expected him to be around mid.
Yeah,
That's why
the
he
thing.
went.
And also, you have to keep in mind that he doesn't really have Ignite, so he can't really kill him.
Yeah, that's true as well.
And a good hook from Panda, but he had to back off. And we can see extreme trades going on top lane.
Yes. The trading will
And
go
Olaf
on.
is in Natsu's jungle. What do you have to say about that?
He knows where Gragas was, I guess. He guessed that Gragas was in the topside jungle and he decided to go and invade.
And I think he's also ahead on XP because you can see Gragas is still level 3.
Yeah,
And he started red, so he's a bit behind on XP. Unless you start Raptors, you don't really get level 4 after 5 camps. And he already did, I think. He took Natsu's golems, so
yeah.
he's pretty ahead, and he's going to hit level 6 pretty fast.
Yeah, he will.
And there's the gank coming in, and Natsu comes for a counter gank, and Olaf might die here, and Olaf died. He didn't have flash.
That's first blood to the blue team.
Yes. That was a good counter gank by Natsu, even though Olaf was like really ahead in levels, but he was low on HP. So in these cases, you want to avoid fighting unless you know where the enemy jungler is. And
Thresh hit a really good flash play there to play him into his team.
Yes,
he didn't really have any choice to go anywhere. He blew his ghost, but didn't have any choice to run.
Yes, that's the thing. Like they spotted him inside the jungle, and they called their own jungler to, corner him into a position where he had to use his summoners to get out. But he didn't have flash, so he had to do something.
Do you think this was poor judgment on his part to be invading when his own lane wasn't pushed far into the tower?
When your lane is pushed far into the tower, you are much closer to the enemy lane, so it was not really poor judgment, but it was a bit of a risk to take at this early level, at level 4 without coming back. He could do that after a first recall, after getting items, but what he did, he was pretty low in HP. The fight could have been different if he was full HP,
Yeah, it could have been very different. They might have been able to turn on Thresh.
So we can see the blue team is shoving in, and Ashfi and Panda are doing pretty good jobs in here, like Flash and Panda. In top lane, there hasn't been any kills yet, and the two top laners are equal in CS. And they're doing
And
pretty great, you know.
we can expect it to stay that way because it's two tanks. We don't really expect much of any all-ins.
Yeah, that's true. And as time goes on, the chances of any of them dying is going to like decrease.
Yeah, exactly.
So
They'll just keep getting tankier and less likely to die.
So we can see Olaf is running top lane, and he's trying to take his double golems. He might be looking for a gank up top. There is no word from Nephilim, and he might... and Gragas is coming down bottom side. There is no camps for him there, so he is definitely looking for a gank.
Yeah, he is.
And they should be pushing the lane to make room for Gragas, and Gragas is coming down for a lane gank, as we can see there. And he's there for a lane gank, but he might step on a trap. They need to clear this out as soon as they can. And they're backing off.
Fresh needed to go in there. Yeah, they decided to back off from that.
And a good gank from Panda. He might come in for... and... what was that flash?
I don't know.
I didn't have to flash there.
Yeah, she could have just walked out.
Alright. Now, one flash from Forbidden may end her life. She doesn't have flash.
Yeah, he can just flash Q auto her and Cassie will be
I think
dead.
Nafsu should be around for this, or they can like set up a dive in mid lane. Even though she has ult, I think she can be dived if you can bait her ult out.
We do see Olaf hanging around though. They might
Olaf
expect
is
that.
Coming around, and we can see a...
This might be a 3 versus 3.
It's a good fight, but I think Panda is going to die, and Forbidden gets out with his life. And late teleport from Nephilim. He should have teleported right away on the mid lane. In that case, they could cut off Cassiopeia.
Yeah, but the Shen ult was really good there. He expected the engage and then just ulted Olaf right away. Managed to separate Thresh from his entire team.
Yes. So, as Forbidden was telling me before, he thinks it's a real problem that we have to wait for 1250 gold for the laser upgrade. And I think he is sticking around for that thing only. As you can see, he's sticking around in very low HP and mana.
Yeah, he has no mana either.
For that laser upgrade, you have to you can't go for all the recalls. That's the problem right now. So as we can see that Forbidden recalls, and he might get an upgrade maybe. And he doesn't. He gets a boots upgrade with Ionian boots. And potions and stuff like that. He almost died there. So in these cases, a faster teleport from the top laner could be a game changer. As you could zone out Cassiopeia, she doesn't have flash, and she could just die any minute. And there's a good fight going on in the bot lane, and Kathleen takes some damage. And good hooks, and I think it was way more important to ban Cool Dude with his Braum and Janna, other than banning out top lane and making him forced to play Shen.
And the Shen pick is working for
that was
them,
a
right?
good, but I think he's gonna live. That was pretty redundant from Forest.
Yeah,
He just wasted his time, and he wasted his ult. And it's not worth going after a tank like that.
Yeah, exactly. You don't
And
really
we can
have
see
much
that Natsu
damage
trying to
between
set up a
Shen
gank
and...
for bot lane. If Flash can land an ult on Caitlyn, that was a good ult, and
Yeah, that
Natsu got
was...
trapped. That was a really foolish thing he did right there. But he did get it done in the end. But that was really funny how he got trapped.
Yeah, exactly. It was.
That's definitely going in the highlights reel.
Yep. But at least they got the double kill right there.
Yes. You have to give full credit to Panda for making it work. He doesn't have ult, they should kill him
he
right
set it
now.
all up right there.
Alright, so two of them are gonna die. That was a good TP from Shen.
Yeah, it was.
And there was no way Nephilim could respond to that, so...
Nope. His own teleport wasn't up. And that's the thing, they need to communicate about that. When Shen's ult is up, when his teleport is up, they should have expected that. They should have
I
seen that
think
coming.
they overstayed the lane. Like there
Yeah,
was no reason to stay there at that HP.
and as soon as they see Olaf running there, they should know that the Shen ult is coming. They should just run away.
Yes, exactly.
Back up.
And you know, Forrest is a seasoned jungler. He knows what he's doing, and he's not going to like go 1v3 without external help.
Without any backup, yeah, they should expect it. What do you think about the mid lane though? It's just
and
been
we can see a fight going on in the bot lane. Can they kill him? And I think Synchro is dead. And good teleport, but
I don't think that was necessary, was it?
and there's no lantern from Panda. I didn't really see that. And what's going on here?
Okay, Nephilim is disconnected.
And he went disconnected for some reason, we can see.
His teleport was up. If he hadn't disconnected, that might have turned out differently. Maybe. It was a good teleport from Shen nonetheless.
Yes, he is making plays across the map. We can see that, but there hasn't been any good response from the top lane of Instinct Esports. But he can make plays. But he was DC in this case, and we really don't know if Panda could have done something about the death of their AD carry.
Yeah, if his lantern was up, then he could have. He definitely could have. We're gonna have to check the replay later on to see if it was up.
I don't really think if it was up, he would have walked away like that.
Yeah, I can check right now. Oh no, he lanterned him in. When they went on Caitlyn, he lanterned him in.
Oh, so
That's
the
why
problem,
it wasn't
yeah.
up.
So in this pause timer, we can talk about the CS difference between... okay, so we have something in common, the two teams. Both of their junglers have a negative KDA. So what do you say about that? Like Olaf definitely farmed a lot more than Natsu did, and they have kind of the same items. Almost
But
the same.
the thing is, they've both been, playing around their lanes more. It's just that Shen has showed up more, which has resulted in a difference, and red team being ahead. It might have turned out
Shen
differently.
had a lot of impact, and he had a first complete item. Unlike other players in the game, he has a Spirit Visage, so
Yeah, he does.
that's gonna help him a lot against Victor, Nautilus, Gragas. He's like gonna be immune to all three lanes, like except the bot lane. And
now, yes.
this is going to be a real problem, because if you can kill Shen, he's gonna do a lot of damage to your team. Also, his W blocks attacks from AD carries.
Yeah, Varus as well. So
Overall, Shen is going to be a real problem if he's not dealt with like right now.
but on the other hand, their bot lane is really ahead. Varus is 3-1, whereas Caitlyn is 0-2 for now, and she is a bit behind in lane. So we'll see that, yes, their top laner is ahead in items, but their bot lane is going to be ahead as well. And since he has gone for magic resist first, Varus will do some damage to him. We'll have to see how the fights pan out. And we see confirmation that Nephilim has had a power outage, and we'll be waiting for him.
Yeah, let's wait till it comes back. We have a decent amount of pause time, so let's use that up and see if it comes back in time. So these power cuts can be a real issue, in these countries we live in, and it goes out whenever it wants to, and it's a big problem for players who want to climb. I've lost countless ranked games to these power cuts.
Everyone has. Come on, man. Who hasn't had
Yes,
those
in my
LPQ games
promos,
just because
I
of
I got placed in
cuts?
silver 4 because I lost 8 matches because I was AFK, and this was
8. Okay, that's a
yeah,
lot.
I went to 8 in my professionals this year, and that was like really sad.
As I said, who hasn't had those low priority games just because of power cuts? Everyone has
Yes,
experienced them.
like the top players in our country, they could climb a lot higher, because they have a lot of problems with these power cuts. They are winning one game and then you have a power cut or an internet issue and then they end up losing that. So in those cases, they're losing LP where they should be gaining them.
Yeah, exactly. Well, at least the remake option does help out a bit right now.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. But you still,
And
lose
sometimes
LP
it
when
ends
you.
up being harmful as well. Sometimes you'll reconnect in time just to see your team's directory.
Yes, that happened to me too, yeah. I hope he comes back on time because the game is getting really interesting right now, and we really, really want this game to be completed by both teams. Very hard.
Okay,
Is
we
he back?
see. No, that's not him. That's Forrest.
I think he reconnected his battle ping.
I guess. The wait is still on. So between the two junglers, who do you think has been more effective till now? Gragas or Olaf?
Well, both of them have been effective. I think Gragas more alone and Olaf more being helped by Shen. He has been like a carrier for Shen, like a truck carrying Shen,
Yes.
into the
And
fight.
that's what I said. The Shen Olaf combo is really threatening.
Yes,
Because if you,
exactly.
if you
Exactly.
have an Olaf running at you by himself, he's scary. But if he has a Shen with him, that's
Yes,
even
yes,
scarier.
that's a different story. Yeah. So both times he has Shen with him, like when he killed Panda, he had Shen with him, like ulting in. Then in the
Yeah,
bot lane, Shen got a double kill from that. So Shen
yeah
is
he did.
getting like really ahead. It's going to be a real problem if Shen gets ahead. He's going to be so tanky. He will be like really 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 hard to kill, and the blue team doesn't have items to kill Shen. So it's a really big problem right there.
And the thing is, in mid lane, Cassiopeia was ahead of Victor in kills, right?
Yes, yes, 2 kills.
And that's gonna be a problem.
Yes,
Victor
that's
hasn't
gonna be
really
a
been a
problem as
part of the
well.
fights going around him, but Cassiopeia has.
Well, the problem with Victor right now is he needs a bit of items, like 2 or 3 items to be effective, and for you need the laser upgrade. So he just spent a lot of gold on his boots upgrade. So the laser's coming on a little bit late, and then you have the Lich Bane, and there's the like other AP items. You need a lot of gold for that. So
Hey, wake up.
It'll
So
definitely delay his damage by quite a bit.
so there hasn't been any update from the teams. I think Nephilim is still disconnected. So
They're still
one
waiting
thing we
on
might
his
say is
card.
that the fight could be different if Nephilim was not DC. You know, like if he could teleport in along with Shen, it could be a lot different
Yeah,
because
if he could have answered that teleport, it might have made a difference.
yeah, because then
Definitely.
then it would be a 3 versus 3 scenario, and Thrash shouldn't have to leave Varus behind.
Whereas behind, yeah, I mean,
Although this time they could contest for the Rift Herald. They
yeah,
have
they might opt to trade the top tower for those two kills.
yes. Then again, and they're backing off.
One
They're not
plus
trying to
seven.
take mid tower. I mean bot tower. So the top tower should be an easy game if Gragas has on top. You know.
Yeah, and Shen doesn't really have any wave clear to fend off the Rift Herald.
Although he has teleport, he can. I think he just used teleport, right?
Yeah, he did.
But it shows here that he has teleport. It's just weird. Yeah, in my screen it shows that he still has teleport. Anyways, he doesn't have teleport, so he can't really go there instantly. So the top tower can be taken easily in these
If
cases.
if they go for the Rift Herald, that is.
Yes, that's the thing. So we are still waiting for Nephilim to come in.
I was wondering what Nautilus would do now that the Doran's Ring changes have come in. The passes no longer stack. I see he's opted to go for a Dark Seal as well.
Yes, no. Now, people who used to
Hey, wake
build
up!
like 3 or 4 Durance rings are now opting for getting a
One Doran's Ring
one
and then
Durance ring, then corrupting potion, then you get this dark seal. I'll be right back. Smart.
হ্যাঁ বলো।
Yeah, I'm extremely sorry because I almost had to log in inside Nephilim's account because I'm a sub, you know. But I
Alright.
think he's back, so I'm back here. I'm extremely sorry for everything. I think the stream will be on in a few seconds because I think Nephilim is going to be back.
He's back, right? Okay. That's good news. At least the game will go on.
Yes, exactly. So I'm logging back in. It may take a few. Alright.
So, did they confirm if he's back or not?
Is he back?
I don't see him reconnecting yet.
Well, I heard he was back, so he should be back around by this time. Let's wait a little bit more and see when he comes back. Is he back yet? No.
No, he isn't. Did someone confirm that he's coming?
Yes, I logged in, but he told us that he is coming back, so I came back and started the stream again. Well, it's a problem when you are a streamer and you are a sub for a team as well, so it's a bit of a problem when that happens. So I'm going to rearrange what I did last time. There you go. Trash stays here. This one goes up. Shen goes up. Olaf goes up. Right.
Let's hope that he reconnects
Yes,
soon,
he
because...
is back on TeamSpeak. I can see that, and he might be back in a few minutes.
Alright, then that's good news, I guess. He'll be
Yes,
reconnecting.
yes, yes. He's back in TeamSpeak. I can see him in TeamSpeak. And we are running out of pause time.
Yeah, there's barely 6 minutes left. And as he pointed out, that's gonna be a problem for the users who are using Battlething right now. It'll be hard for them to reconnect with ADC. If they have no pause timer, that is.
Is he back?
I don't know what's taking him so long to reconnect.
And they're coming back all together, one after one.
So Damit, considering how the fights are going, how do you think the blue team will approach the team fights?
The blue
Seeing
team
as seeing
can.
as Olaf is engaging with Chan's ult and running into their team.
Yeah, that's a big problem from their part. Like, you can't really throw Olaf away, and when Shen comes in, it's a it's even a bigger problem because he has so much MR. It's really not easy to kill him that fast. So
Yes.
in these cases, what the blue team can do is they can initiate with Thresh and Gragas on one of the carries and then kill him. Then they can deal with Shen and Olaf later on. But if they let the red team engage, that's going to be a problem for them.
Yeah, it is. And considering that if Thresh has to engage, he has to go in, that's gonna be a problem for Varus and Victor if they don't have enough peel.
Yes, and in this case, the problem is my electricity is gone, and
Another power cut, huh?
yes, and this is like really sad because I didn't want to say it, but I'm saying that now. We live in a really sad place, a really sad country. Uh, this is just all right. So if it doesn't come back, there will be no streams going on. I hope we will be able to see the game later on. But
Let's hope so.
And the game is resuming.
Right as how his electricity goes out.
Yes, I hope the electricity comes back now, or I will go disconnected.